Tell me if this sounds familiar. You press start on your V-carve inlay, everything looks perfect. The carve finishes clean, and then the moment you glue it up, clamp it down, and pull it apart, your stomach drops. Gaps, blowouts, a fit so bad you're wondering if your machine is cursed. If you've ever stared at a ruined inlay and thought, what am I doing wrong? This video's for you. Today, we're breaking down the hidden mistakes that sabotage V-carve inlays, even when you think you've done everything right. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your inlays fail and how to fix them for good. I'm giving you 3 of the most likely issues you'll encounter with an inlay and how to fix them. Let's turn that frustration into clean, tight, flawless results. Let's get started. Issue number 1, gaps around the inlay. Likely causes of gaps are the plug is not cut deep enough. To fix this, you're going to adjust your inlay parameters to remove the gap. I have linked several videos in the description to get you started in obtaining the correct parameters of your bit. Next is bit geometry mismatch, especially when you're working with tapered ball nose bits. My video titled Tapered Ball Nose as TBN versus Engraving Bit versus V-bit details on how your bit configuration affects the inlay for both your pocket and the plug. Next, machine not being perfectly trimmed. If your machine's not properly trimmed, the CNC may cut your pockets and plugs with an angle that was not anticipated. There are many tools you can purchase to determine whether or not your CNC is trimmed, or you can check in a simpler fashion. I like to use a triangle square and measure both on the right and left side of the Z-axis and again on the front. I make sure that my spoil board has also been surfaced with the Z-axis trimmed and that the workpiece has been surfaced so that it's flat to the Z-axis. If you find this video useful, please take a moment to like the video, hype the video, and if you'd really like, you can subscribe to my channel. Each of these brings more exposure to the channel and help me grow. Thank you so much. Issue number 2, chip out on the pocket walls. Likely causes of chip out are cutting the face grain with a standard V-bit. This is an area where the tapered ball nose bits really shine for me. I tend to get cleaner cuts when using tapered ball nose bits, as well as being able to design more detailed designs. Too aggressive of a feed or plunge is also a problem. If you're getting chip out, especially at the top of the pocket, you can reduce your feed rate or plunge rate. Another method I've used successfully is to introduce a second tool path to break the surface tension on the face grain. Remember, in face grain, the grain runs perpendicular to the bit, while in end grain, the grain runs parallel to the bit. I have linked videos in the description outlining how I attack face grain versus end grain inlay. Next, dull bits can also cause problems. If you've previously had success with a bit using a set of toolpath parameters, but now it fails, you may have a dull bit. Replace that bit with an exact match. Issue number 3, your plug won't seat fully. That means your plug is probably cut too deep. You're going to adjust your parameters for the bit you're using. The links for tip 1 earlier in the video are in the description and can be used to determine parameters you need. You can also have too much glue as a problem. While you should ensure that your pockets have glue covering all surfaces in the pocket, you do not need to leave puddles of glue in the pocket. A nice even coat over all surfaces will suffice. Uneven pressure on the inlays while glue cures is another issue you may encounter. Make sure you use cauls, or if you have it available, a shop press can be used to apply even pressure on the inlay once it's been seated to allow the glue to dry. Debris or fuzz in the pockets, especially on detailed inlays, can leave small fuzzies left behind. I recommend using a hobby knife or an X-Acto knife, if you prefer to call it that, to remove excess fuzzies left on your pocket. You should also check your plug for excess debris and remove as necessary. I hope this video has been helpful for you on your journey to create better V-carve inlays. The links in the video description will point you to videos to assist you in troubleshooting. This playlist will also point you down the right path to troubleshoot your inlays. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and hype the channel so I can continue to reach fellow CNCers that want to explore V-carve inlays. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.